BookTube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today is my June wrap-up. In the month of June, I read a total of 1,699 pages. I finished 4 novels, 3 graphic novels, 1 short story, and then I read the first chapter of 5 other books for the Try a Chapter tag, which I'll put a link to that video down below if you want to check those out specifically, but I won't be going into wrap-ups about them specifically in this video. Of everything I read, I had 8 in physical copy and 5 on Kindle, and then it was a really good month when it comes to ratings. I gave 3 books 5 stars. There was 1 book that I gave 4.5 stars, another 3 that I gave 4 stars, and 1 that I gave 3.5 stars. All 3 of the graphic novels that I read were actually the second volumes of series that I started, I think, the month before, and in all 3 cases I enjoyed them, but I didn't enjoy them as much as I did the first in the series. So first was Lumberjanes, and this is the book that I gave 4.5 stars. It was still a really great read, and I'm definitely looking forward to more Lumberjanes in my reading future, but like I said, I just didn't love it completely as much as I did the first book. Then I read Jem and the Holograms Volume 2. This one I gave 3.5 stars. A lot of that is just because it was guest artists, which I actually didn't realize when I bought it, but that just sort of took away a bit for me because I really enjoyed the artwork from the first volume, and the story was still really good and satisfying, but it didn't like completely blow my socks off like the first one did. So I, again, will still be looking forward to the next volume in the series. And then finally I read Rat Queens Volume 2, and this one I gave 4 stars. I tried very hard to not let my rating get skewed by the fact that Rock Upchurch did the art for this one. I bought this volume before I heard about the accusations against him, and I definitely won't be buying any more Rat Queens unless I hear that he is for sure not going to be coming back. And yeah, otherwise I don't want to support them, but taking this on its own and setting that drama aside, I thought that it was still a good story, but not as good as the first volume. I liked the backstory that we got on the different characters in the main group, and I would like to see more, but again, I'm just not letting myself get my hopes up and not getting too pulled into this world, since I might have to just say goodbye to it. Then I read a novel which I'm not going to name specifically, but it's a book set on Mars, and it's actually the book that I'll be putting in the summer boxes for Book Bath Box, which will be coming out later this month, so no spoilers here, but it is a great book. It's actually a little bit more well known than where I'm hoping to pick books from for future boxes. I decided that I wasn't going to pick books that had more than about 5,000 ratings on Goodreads, but I decided that after I had already picked this book and started planning the box. So this one has like 10 to 15,000, so it's a little bit more well known than what I would like for future boxes, but it's still a very good book, and I think it will be a great way to start off Book Bath Box. It's a 5-star read for me, and I hope it will be for all of you too. Next, I read a short story by Marie Brennan, which is set in the Memoirs of Lady Trent world, which of course most of you know I absolutely love. This was a quick one, only about 30 pages, but it was so fun and hilarious. It's basically a back and forth between Lady Trent and this Victorian dude bro scientist guy. It's got a kind of long name, so just so I don't get it wrong, it's called From the Editorial Page of the Falchester Weekly Review. So yeah, the two of them are just having this epic battle basically through the editors of this weekly review, and it's just like fantastic and really just sums up why I love Isabella as a character in general. Like, it's 30 pages of exactly why I love her. So definitely check that out if you are a fan of the Memoirs of Lady Trent. Then the last 2 books I actually picked from my Try a Chapter tag. I decided I was going to pick 2 of the 7 that I read for the tag and add them into my June TBR. I had a really hard time picking because I ended up loving all of the first chapters, but I decided first to go with The Penelope Ad by Margaret Atwood. I partly chose this one because it was becoming close to the end of the month, and this one is really short and has big margins, so it was a really quick read. But also the premise is just amazing. It's a read retelling of the Odyssey from Penelope's point of view, and it was just really well thought out and really well executed. I love the voice of Penelope in this. I love just seeing things from her perspective, and it was actually my first Margaret Atwood book, so it was definitely a good introduction to this author, and I hope to add some more of her books to my TBRs very soon. Then finally I read Perfume by Patrick Susskind, and this is a horror novel about a guy who has no smell. His body smells like nothing, but he has a hyper-powered sense of smell, and it becomes obsessed with it and decides that he wants to make perfume, and then specifically that he wants to make perfume out of people. And yeah, so definitely a creepy setup on its own, but this book was not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot more gruesome and like constant murder slash human perfume manufacturing, which is not the case. It was a very slow lead up to these things, a lot of events in the plot that I was not expecting, which I won't go into, so you can experience it on your own. There were a lot of really long, detailed descriptions of smells, but it kind of worked for me. I just feel like, you know, when you smell something that smells kind of bad, but you also kind of can't stop smelling it? Like, this is that sensation in a book. That's kind of the best way I can describe the vibe. But yeah, and it also had some weird humor in it, I think. I think it's trying to be funny. I hope it is. I don't know, there were just some like sort of humorous vibes. I don't even know exactly how to explain it, but a few points in the plot and a few just way things were described. Also, it starts to get like a little bit ridiculous because this main character can basically like smell you and know what color eyes you have and what shape your nose is, and that's a little bit silly. But yeah. This was really interesting. I ended up giving it 4 stars and actually did a buddy read on this one with Nicole from Dorka Brain, and I had a really good time chatting with her about this one. I definitely plan on watching the movie soon. My partner and I are actually planning to have a little date night where we make food and put together subscription boxes and watch this creepy movie, because that's how we roll. So that's what I read in the month of June. It was a pretty solid reading month for me. Definitely made up a bit for my not so great reading month in May, and hopefully I will keep that rolling into July because I have a lot of really good books for July picked out. As always, let me know in the comments if you guys read any of the books that I mentioned and have thoughts on them, or if you read any books last month that you think I would enjoy or that you were just super excited about. I would love to hear it all. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope everybody's week is going well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!